tight, I'm gonna need you to keep time, come on.
Hey guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. Please excuse my voice or sniffles as I am currently getting over a cold and my throat's hurting just the slightest bit, so yeah, but I felt like making some videos for you guys, and I especially want to continue with the art videos and just show my art journey some more and the road to getting into college and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, this is a sketchbook tour. This sketchbook was completed between October 2018 and November 2018. I've been filling my sketchbooks a lot faster. I have a lot more motivation to do art and stuff lately, so I've been working on that. So I actually decorated the cover this time. I put some marble paper on it and I put my name on it because it just made it feel like it's fancy. And I also put a gold sticker on it that says "Live in the Sunshine." And it's just a regular AC Moore sketchbook. So the first thing I actually put in the sketchbook was this sticker. And for my opening page, actually, I wanted to make it seem like this was my own little world, because I've been having like thoughts that I'm like, oh my god, I'm in like my own little world, like with creative ideas and thinking and stuff. So I just kind of wanted it to have that vibe that this is, you know, the boring side and this is the whatever side. I never wrote down when I finished that. So yeah, that's the first page, and there's a lot of cringe as well as really nice things in this sketchbook, I feel, which is great because, you know, you gotta have good art to have, you have to have bad art in order to have good art. So the first sketch on this page is some sketches for my animation class. We were creating, what was it, 9 frame animations on a thing called a phenakistoscope, which is basically a wheel that you view in a mirror, and it shows an animation. So pretty much what I was doing was we were using a reference video, so I drew the guy in the reference video a couple of times, and then I tried to draw him with the pogo stick, and then I just kind of branched out and made it into a simple girl. You can see it branched out from, you know, having a helmet to just someone who's very, very simple. The next page is some character design I specifically remember doing in the dark in English class as we were watching Hamlet. I might play with the character some more. I feel like I went back to it and I haven't liked it as much, so I'm not sure about that. The next page is a couple of sketches of people that I found probably through Instagram or on my camera roll. I just really like drawing people, so you'll see a lot of it. The next page is Inktober for, I don't know what day it is, October 20th here. This is really when I started to notice that my art style was evolving a bit, and these poses are very stiff, I know, but I just feel like my faces and stuff are just kind of evolving the slightest bit, and even like within this sketchbook now, I feel like my art style as a whole is evolving and looking a lot better and a lot more nice and just me. So here I think it's just a random girl again. On the next page I have some rabbits and I have some ducks. This next page, I believe I started to sketch my friend and then it didn't really look like her, so I kind of just did whatever. Actually just redrew this sketch today and filled it in with watercolor. So just a spoiler into the next sketchbook, I guess I'll show you guys my redraw of that. So this is the original, and then I kind of just redrew it, and as you can see, like, even this was what, 2 months ago, and this is now, like, I feel like my style has evolved a ton. Here I was deciding which one of my pieces that I wanted to include in my portfolio for college portfolio day. Next page is some concept art that I wanted to do of myself and just everything I like in the background. I'm gonna need a lot of time for this piece and a lot of motivation, which technically I could probably start it now, but I'm not sure if I'm confident enough to start it now. Pretty much I wanted to do myself doing my Firebird leap and just some trees in the background and some books and paintbrushes, and it says ballet books, art, nature. I think this is I feel like this is an ad for Wish that I doodled. To do some realism and drawing from life because that's what a lot of the colleges at Portfolio Day recommended to me. So I drew a Christmas bow on tan paper and I tried to color it. It turned out alright, I think. These are just some very messy gestural sketches because I'm trying to practice making my poses less stiff. This is a doodle, which for some reason I doodle thanks for watching on it. Every once in a while, I don't want to draw a person, but I want to doodle because, again, doodling is kind of what got me into art. The whole markers and stuff. And if you look at some of my really old videos from like 8th grade, which is 3 years ago now, you'll see a lot of Sharpie doodling and stuff like that. We were coloring in animation class, and there was a set of 48 Blick markers in front of me, so I couldn't help but testing out some colors. Here's another sketch concept for maybe a painting I'd like to create someday. And I actually created this character in October of last year. I created her looking out a window at the stars in a purple dress, and I feel like it'd be cool to redraw this character now with some more improved skills and stuff. This is another trying to draw my hand, because if you saw my last sketchbook tour, you see that I took a lot of Google images of like figure poses and hands, and I pasted them in my sketchbook and I tried to draw them. And a lot of the colleges said that's really good, but really what I should be doing is trying to draw my own hand, because I can really, you know, see the shapes and shadows and things like that. So there's a lot of hand attempts in my next couple of sketchbooks. Here are some more messy sketches. Another hand doodle. This thing right here is I was feeling really down one day. I don't remember why, but I just decided to make a bunch of X's and checks. So the person who works in the office at my dance studio gave me some watercolors, so I decided to test them out. Here is a sketch that I did from Google Images, which I guess I was practicing, you know, value and shading and things like that. I have a princess drawing that I did in my last sketchbook and wanted to redo. I have a shaded person again, which I actually remade in chalk pastel. I have a sketch for a painting, and for some reason, I don't know, I've just been getting inspired by this whole like idea of just, I don't know, like trying for something and not getting it. And that's actually what my dance solo was about this year, is working hard for something, and even though you do all that hard work, no one notices it. So I don't know, a lot of things are inspired by that. Friends and I went to see the Nutcracker in the Four Realms movie in a day off in November. We spent quite a lot of money on food between all of us. I don't know if I should say the price, but I was drawing as the movie was going on, and I actually want to go back and redraw her, because I think the girl who played Clara was gorgeous, and I really want to do more sketches of her. The movie, I decided to illustrate my day. I don't remember what was in here, but pretty much what was happening is I had ballet class, I was playing around with a computer animation program, I was in the mall, so I decided to draw a mannequin. I drew the movies. Oh, yep, that's the price we spent on food, all of us. Don't worry, guys, we don't do that often. And then my parents went to vote, so I sketched my mom voting. I was attempting to do a side profile because I'm very bad at side views, and it's something I'm slowly but surely starting to get better at too. I'm actually going to cover up these words because it's actually a part of our writing for a book that I've been working on since 8th grade that I'm actually keeping to myself and a couple of friends. So yeah, but this is actually one of the characters in a different form. So my mom texted me a picture in the middle of the day during my animation class, and since I had finished my work, I decided to take an attempt at it. I saw this image online and I decided to just play on it a little bit. During a break at dance, I went out to the lobby, and there were these cute little fall decorations. Alright, so my friend that I was talking about earlier, who always draws a Squidward in my sketchbooks, decided to claim her own page, which has kind of become a thing. Like, my sketchbook isn't complete unless she has claimed her own page. So, hey Lexi, if you're watching, this is your page. It made it to the YouTubes. Are you proud? So for drama class, we had to watch the play and write a review of it. So these are my notes that I took during the play. This is, I guess, another image that I saw online. Here's a stick figure. Okay, so more attempts at drawing from life. I drew my friend's lunchbox, I drew her sitting down, and I drew her foot because she has beautiful feet, of course. Here I have a drawing from life that I am extremely proud of. I actually drew 2 teddy bears, and I was just focusing on shadows, so there isn't color to it, but it's just in grayscale. And then for the deep shadows, I put a black in there. I didn't use any like B pencils or anything. I think it was just an HB pencil and a Sharpie. I'm really proud of how it came out. I really like how it came out, well, especially because drawing from life has been like my mortal enemy. Over here I have some attempts at drawing my dog. Long story short, the second I start to get anything of him, he likes to run away. I just have another watercolor pose over here, and I feel like the pose is less stiff than my other poses, so I think it looks a lot better, and I like the color scheme I used in it. These are some more drawings of my hand. I just put a paintbrush in my hand, and I just did like that. I like drawing my hand like that. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's very... Here I have a self-portrait that I'm really proud of. Yes, I painted my eyes olive green, and they actually flash back and forth from green to brown. I drew my foot, which I colored in for whatever reason with the Winsor & Newton markers. My glasses, focused on values, and stuff like that. Alright, here's the first page where I drew my dog and it actually started to look decent. So I actually colored his collar red because that's the color of his collar. And all the sketches, they don't really resemble him yet, but they resemble a dog. So I think that's a start. This one actually resembles him the slightest bit. Hopefully someday I'll start to get better sketches of him. But I drew my feet again, and of course they have sweatpants because I love my sweatpants. Here I drew my hand, and that's when I discovered I liked my hand in like these kind of poses. And then here I drew my shoe. Is my dog Jake again. Alright, so I set up a bunch of candy and I started to sketch it. Then unfortunately, I ate the candy. I have another sketch of my feet. Here I drew part of my bedroom. I have this little caddy that just holds a bunch of my stuff. So I drew everything that was in there. I don't know if you can see, and my school name is kind of faded on here, so it doesn't really matter that much. I just made sure I got like all the medals and all the different pins, and like, I don't know, it's just trying to focus on detail, but like not getting too in depth to the point where it started to stress me out, and I think it turned out very nice. I really like this page. I have that like pose for my hand again, and yes, I know the proportions are off and stuff, but if you saw my hand from last year, you would see like how much better my hands have gotten in the past year. I like drawing my hand in this pose, although it's not as easier to draw, but I just think it looks cool. I have a drawing of my living room. The couch is a little off, but I really like how the trees and the curtains came out. So here I have a sketch from life of my aunt's dog, Lola. She is the cutest little thing ever. More drawings of Lola. She's such a cute dog. And some playing with oil pastel. Here I have a hand and a dog doodle. I don't feel like rotating my sketchbook fully. And we have a point shoe in oil pastel. Point shoes have become pretty easy for me to draw. When they're drawn with a reference, they look a lot better. But I can kind of just draw them on the back, like out of the back of my mind now. Like it's kind of just like riding a bicycle. Here we have a male ballet dancer doing a jump, which I think are starting to look better. I went over them with watercolor so the pencil wouldn't smudge against this one and ruin it. I have another ballerina one, and I really like how the skirt came out in this one, and I really like the point shoes. I don't know, point shoes are just so pretty. Like, I kind of wish I did point, but then at the same time I want to save my feet. Over here, we were driving around and running some errands, so I thought as we stopped in each place I would draw what I saw. So I believe this is the gas station, I believe this is the bank, the tree outside. I need to work on trees. My teacher offered us extra credit if we could illustrate a scene from a short story or like a quote from a short story. So my school was running a t-shirt design contest, and I decided that I wanted to include all the different elements of art, which I'm actually a finalist for now. I guess I find out after break if my design got chosen, which I kind of hope it does, but at the same time I'm kind of worried because I'm afraid I'm going to find a flaw in it and then like worry that it's on a t-shirt. So I'm not sure, but I decided to practice drawing a camera because photography is an art, and I was like, we need to include photography in there, and I just realized I forgot to include the little string on the camera and all these extra details. Like, I literally just did that part of the camera. Over here, we have another ballet dancer drawn in a little bit more of a cartoony style, and I just really like how this came out. This one, I might make it again in my next sketchbook, which is almost done actually. So over here, I was doing some little thumbnail sketches for that t-shirt design, which I actually went back into my new sketchbook because I ran out of pages before I actually could do the final design in here. But here were some just different ideas. I had an idea to have like an animated figure running into like a camera and like a paintbrush and different things, and I had like this thing, and I actually decided on the little circle, but instead of having things inside, I have the circle on the outside with animation, a pencil, ceramic, and camera, and then the PB arts in the middle. Over here we have a drawing. I'm not sure if it's referenced or it's from designing it. Might be half and half. Sketch, and I finished it off with some random dude, I guess. For sketchbook tour, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what I should work on, and I'm always willing to take constructive criticism. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in my next video, and goodbye.